What's going on? What's going on? We're back. It's 10 o'clock. Now, I did try to put an announcement up. Did you guys get that notification? So, did anybody get the notification? Yay! The reminder worked. Success. Hey. Okay, you know what? I will be doing that reminder then. I will do a reminder. I think we broke another record, Nate, because fastest biblical earther to come in under a minute. So I think you're in at like, well, according to what I'm seeing, you could have been in sooner, but it was like, that's awesome. So that's cool. That's cool. We got three people. We got three people in. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Actions tell me it's wonky. Here we go again. Like always, we have two people in the chat. We're gonna do it again. Hey Nate, did you watch? Did you watch your interview? Nate, did you watch your interview? Did you? I know I did. I always like watching my videos. Whatever I'm putting up, I like to watch them. And I watch my videos a lot. So I don't know. I clicked the. Yeah. When I went to go, Nate says I clicked the set reminder and it worked. The initial notification didn't come through, but the reminder worked. I just try to go live through the one I just set up because I don't know 8 minutes notice. And when I went to go click that, it told me it couldn't do it, and then live stream. So I figured if anybody would still find me, because if that didn't work, you'd probably just refresh or go to my page. So I figured before I start. So that's gonna have to give me. I'm not used to that. I'm gonna have to get used to that now because I used to before come right to my computer, hit live, type in "let's chat," and then take a thumbnail, and then we're live. You know what I mean? So now I just have to sit back and wait. I mean, I can control how long but I just got to sit back and wait now a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. This way, there's some notifications. So I'm glad that worked. I skimmed through it. It was almost an. I listen. That's what I was saying at towards the end, like conversation. I was like, well, there goes a 5 minute phone call. And it was 10 times longer than I figured it would be. But that's okay. Listen, man, there's no schedule here. All right, about the truth all day about the truth. Okay, we're gonna talk about it yesterday, today, tomorrow, and 5 minutes turned into 51 minutes. I think when I got off the phone with you, it was like 51 minutes. I think it said to me, but still, man, I pinned you down there in the comments. I think that's where you start the interview, and you get 51 minutes. So if anybody's watching and you want to hear what Truth Seeker said, he just called in to the last live show. Okay, and I pinned his interview down in the comments. All right. So Truth Seeker's got some great information. Cool. Yeah, so I pinned it where his interview starts because you know what? That's the whole highlight of that broadcast was that interview. So even though that we did over 2.5 hours live there, the last 51 minutes or the last hour is what's important of that live stream because I'm talking to Nate out in Washington. That's a good interview right there, Ray. I tell you what, you nailed it. You did well. I was concerned about the quality of how it was going to sound, and you know what? I think it came through pretty good. I think the cell phone next to my laptop, because all I did was I just laid my phone next to my laptop against the screen, so it was close to my laptop. So it worked out. Everybody could hear us. So we got 3 people in, 2 people liking. So the second person that liked it, come in and say hi, hello, so I know who I'm talking about. So we got a couple people that should say hi to me, but we just did some brown breaking work. All right. Nate was the first ever to do a live call in. All right. Or I called him, but whatever. So a live interview. So that's what we just did with Nate. All right. So his first name's Nate. He's known as True Seeker here in the comments, and he's got a wrench. So if you don't know what you're talking about. All right. Nate was actually so I guess maybe so far the first this is going to be all about you, Nate. I guess. Uh, listen, he was the first person I gave a wrench to on my channel, so that's pretty cool. He got that first wrench. So let's see. I don't know. Keeping at me, what's going on? Oh, it was a text from Nate. So have you noticed when? Okay, we were talking about the moon. Have you noticed when it first comes up over the horizon, sometimes it seems bigger and it's not golden now? The book of Enoch says that the portals that the moon travels through. Yes, I think about the portals. Now, are they portals within I think they could be within the earth. Are they within the firmament? I know exactly what you're talking about. I have seen the moon so close to the earth and big. Yeah, you're right. Early in the evening, the moon is big. When she comes out, she's really big, and towards the end of the night, she's really small. That's much closer to us, and then she's much farther away. Whether she's moving like this or somehow moving like this, but I was in Florida during the eclipse. There was like it was like a eclipse, but it was going to be like a blood moon. And I pulled. Oh, this is when I did my journey around the states, just tripping, just seeing where I could go on the grace of God. But anyway, I went to this university in by Sarasota. If anybody knows what university I'm talking about, I can't remember the name of it, but it's by Sarasota, Florida. I just pulled in there because they had a big field with a lake in it, and it was a good place to view the moon. And the moon going into its eclipse very low in the tree line, it's really big, but it's really low. All right, the sun was also above the horizon. All right, you could plainly see the sun and the moon above the horizons. All right, no way the earth could have caused it. All right, so whatever explanation, but I've thought about there might be is a portal in the earth. What is the book? Now, you seem to be pretty knowledgeable on the book of Enoch. Is it the firmament? Yeah, the moon is definitely its own light. This is testable. I mean, uh, pretty much biblical flat earth. Like Nate, we're the only ones in here right now. That's fine though. The firmament, they would probably the firmament, right? Extra points for using correct terminology of her. Yes, the sun is him and the moon is known as her. The masculine and the feminine. The moon will always be called her, and the sun will always be referred to him, the masculine. So that is correct. Um, so I don't know the exact verses. I don't know. We did have a few people come in, but I guess they left. I guess I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it out, man. There might be other crew. Who knows? People may have got pissed off about that they got the notification, but I didn't go live or something. I don't know. But maybe we'll get built this here on a Sunday night, keeping it flat. So right. So Nate says it also says that the sun and moon are the exact same size and that 7 times brighter than the moon. Sounds right. Sounds right, man. Who can argue with that? How can you argue with that? Nobody can argue against that. Somebody was trying to come against the book of Enoch. I think whoever was saying that Enoch is somebody who only believes in 66 books. See here, I quickly came off the 66 books because for Flat Earth, before I found out about Flat Earth, I came off the 66 books because I said to myself, if God has named the number of the beast 666, there's no way in heck that he would ordain a book for all 66 books in it. There's no way. God wanted him to use that number. All right. If God was to compile a scripture list for scripture, I'm telling you, the number of scripture would not be 66. So that's what I'm thinking. We got Flatjacks. Listen, Flatjacks. I just had a interview on the telephone with True Seeker. My last, we did 51-minute interview. So if you get a chance, you want to go check out True Seeker, hear his voice, know who you're talking, you know. So what do you guys got? The same logo down there? Almost, just about. You both got wrenches and you both got like the same logo. Ladder throughout the town, flatjacks. Thank you for coming in the chat. That's what we're doing, man. We are breaking. What is there? Yes, if you the last live chat I just did, the one that's not right now, the one that's just on the top of my channel is I just did a interview with True Seeker on the telephone. So we did 51 minutes. It's good. It's a great interview, man. We talked about the book of Enoch. We talked about Pastor Dean Odell. I checked out his. Tell you what, man. I tell you what, Nate, you really know your stuff. I'm glad we were able to connect. So everybody, watch. You can watch this later if you're not watching it right now. And everybody needs to go check out the playlist that True's got some great scriptures over, because I love flat earth pastors. All right. Who else loves some flat earth pastors, man? And I got a playlist. I got a guy down in Pennsylvania. All right. He's got some flat earth sermons that got me fired up. I couldn't believe that I came across. And then Nate tells me there's another one down in. So we got Pennsylvania and Alabama representing flat earth. All right, baby. So what's Flatjack saying? I watched a few of your old vids and thumbed up. Thank you, Flatjacks. Thank you. Yep. Yeah. So we got 4 people in the chat. So come over here and say what's up. All right. So what do you want? What else do we want to talk to? What do you about? What do you guys want to share? Nate, you gonna make that moon video? I just went outside and looked at the moon. I had it's like a haze. You can see the moon, but it's very hazy, so it's got like a halo around it. So, but it's not so clear here. But I mean, it's pretty unique. It's like a very, very faint cloud covering, but you can clearly see the moon. Pretty cool. Yes. When I told her and her husband, they're in Hawaii. Listen, they're out here. My sister's way out here, okay, in Hawaii, and they're missionaries. Missionaries. So I told them about flat Earth immediately, okay, and they haven't received it. They okay, but this is what I told them the last time they came up because they came up last summer or last winter they came up. And I told them one day. They said, "You can mark my words." I said, "One day, because I said somebody you respect will come and tell you the same thing as you." They, they scoffed, like said whatever. But I said, because they don't respect me. See, my family does that. All right. That's what I'm all about is respect. All right. Listen, respect isn't a street. Respect is a one-way street, and I choose to go that way. All right. That's what respect is. There is no show me some respect and I'll show no. Here's show you respect. You're gonna show me some disrespect. You know what? I'll take a little bit of disrespect, and guess what? Then it's you get fixed up. That's how it's gonna happen. Um, what are we gonna say? Who's saying? Faith Dome. All right, Flatjacks. But no, I am so excited. So I told my sister now, eventually, you're right. It's getting out. The churches are finding out, man. The churches are really finding out. So what's going to happen eventually? I know what's going to happen with my sister and her husband, who are her husband's a pastor and missionaries out in Hawaii. All right. I know what's exactly going to happen. One day, somewhere, somebody they respect, somebody they look to, somebody who's been helping them out, is going to take them aside and tell them everything I've already told them, and it's going to shock the shit out of them. And then they're going to have to call me and apologize. So I'm waiting for that phone call from my sister and her husband and say, "Oh my God, Donnie, I should have listened to you when you told me blah 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 blah." I'm waiting for that phone call. I'm waiting for that apology. It seems as it's both ways. It seems like as it's coming in and going out, but throughout the time it's visible, it gets less and then more. It kind of goes like this. It goes. It's like it's big here, smaller, 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 or big, big, big. Well, it's big down here. It gets smaller at the top, and as it goes out of our view, it might get bigger. I don't know, dude. See, I don't know. We got to figure this out. You know how we figure this out? We need to launch. We got to start going up. All right. We need to start going up. We need to start going up. I think balloons would be the best. I think balloons and cameras and all that stuff would be the best to explore what's above us. Yeah, all these other channels are doing it, doing experiments and stuff. This channel needs to do balloon. I want to do balloon experiments. So even if I made my own, dude, I wouldn't mind going getting like a trash bag, filling it up with helium, sacrificing my GoPro, connecting it Wi-Fi, or hope I don't even know. Like I would have to probably recover it. Maybe I wouldn't even know how to send it up, but I don't even know. But let me tell you about the moon in Miami. Like people know, like, oh, the moon in Miami is really big. It's really big down in Florida. Like when you're in Florida, it's true. Do you know why it's so big? Because it's like more overhead. It's closer to you guys. It's like it's closer to the path. I believe the path of the sun that they show us in the moon, because they're on the same circuit. The sun and moon aren't they on the same circuit? The sun and moon, right? They're on their own circuit. They're on the same circuit, but at different speeds, right? I think. See where Florida is here, where you guys are talking about. I think that when it's above, going around in circles, is maybe not too much farther. Is right over Florida, maybe as it's doing its circles. So maybe that's why it looks super big down in Florida. Because I mean, I've seen the moon down in Florida, man. It looks really big. I mean, I've seen the moon up look really big too, but I'm just saying, like, it just seems closer when you're in Florida. The sun seems closer also when you're in Florida too. Like it's like, man, you're it. They say that the equator's right. I mean, it's not too far. The equator's over here somewhere, but it just makes sense. The reason why Florida's so close, directly underneath the path of the sun and the moon. All right, that's what's going on in Florida. That's why you guys, and that's why if you go a little bit south to the Bahamas and all those islands, it's like tropical no matter what. Is because you're basically right underneath the direct path of the sun and the moon. You're right. You're right. It does. It does. When it rises in the morning, I mean, you look at it, it looks so big. And then when she sets, the same thing, man. It's weird how it does it. Because the day is just so small when it's up there. Woke Town, okay. Matt Long, he's got a channel called Woke Town. All right, all right, all right, all right. You know what, guys? I wish I was in Florida right now. We are having our coldest day of the year today. It's been below zero. I think hold on, guys. See what's going on here. Hello, can you guys hear me? That actually could have just been some answer to prayer. Because normally, what just happened was we were talking about zombies before and how they're always in my hallway out there. Um, that's what that was. And earlier, right before I went live, there was another lady out there, and there was I walked out on my in the hallway, and there I seen a laundry basket full of clothes. Just a laundry basket. Nobody was around. So I was like, somebody's living in the hallway now. I'm like, it just happened. Like it just showed up there. You know what I mean? Like there's a laundry basket. And then I just knew it wasn't my neighbors. And then 2 minutes later she comes out and I started talking to her and she's telling me how she just got kicked out of somewhere else. And instead of being aggressive and loud how I normally am with it, because I mean, it just pisses me off. I was as gentle as I could with her. I just listened to her for a minute and I wished her well. I tried to give her some advice. And this is somebody that I've lost patience with before because it's just shenanigans. I mean, it's just heartbreaking. Um, the kind of stuff that goes on, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So there was like answer to prayer. I dealt with that situation way better than normally. Because earlier I spoke to her for like, I don't know, 2, 3 minutes. And I just listened for a minute. She told me her struggles. I gave her some advice and I wished her well. I don't normally do that with zombies. It actually makes me feel a little better that I did it that way. So we got that. Because before I was getting mad. So we got that's some good stuff, I guess. So what do we got? Who's that? JG. What's up, dude? You're in. All right. We got JG in there. All right, all right, all right. Telling everybody, I did a interview with True Seeker on my last video. So on my page, you go to the top video, the live stream I hours ago. I put up it just finished processing. I don't know how long ago, but anyway, Nate's interview starts at 49:40 mark, and it's a 51 in it. It was supposed to be. I just said a 5 minute interview with him. That's all I said. It would be 51 minutes. See, we're not on a schedule here, man. We're just gonna go with the flow. We're gonna talk about the truth. That's what we're gonna do. Nate has some great information on Pastor Odin Odell, and he had great information on the book of Enoch. So that's what so far I've been taking out of that interview. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Exactly like yours, man. Cool, bro. Cool, 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 man. Listen, I've been rocking the beard like this before Duck came out. Right, you guys know about Duck Dynasty, right? They're pretty famous, right? I remember for like the reason they came out. I didn't know who they were, but when I went to the store, everybody said, "Hey, you look like Duck Dynasty." I was like, "Who's been me telling me I look like Duck Dynasty?" I didn't even know who these people were. So the sell in love with Duck Dynasty and them people. I am to Jeff and Jessica Robertson. They have their own YouTube. They just started. They live in Austin, Texas now. I love some Duck Dynasty, man. Those are some good Christian folk. Now, what if the Robertsons down in Louisiana and Texas, those are good Christian folks. What if they found out about some flat earth? You know what I mean? Ooh, boy. They got a big audience. They have a huge audience. So if you guys are fans, listen, if you guys are fans of Duck Dynasty, yeah, man, I love that show. Okay, Jeff and Jessica Robertson have their own channel, so look them up and tell them that Flat Earth Watertown, New York, sent you there. All right. Yeah. Hey, this is my quote. Listen, I've said this for years because it's true and it's funny. It's mainly, I like saying it mainly because it's funny. You know what I mean? So look, you see this beard right here? It's seen some things, man. Yeah, it'll knock your socks off, man. That's how I tell you what. Yeah, I've said that quite a few times over the years. But I'm telling you, man, if there's anybody, I'm gonna have to tag my beard later so we can be like, oh, we talked about my beard, so my beard can get its own little time in the spot. But it doesn't matter, dude. If there's a famous person and they have a beard, I've been called that person. I mean, it's just the way, you know. I guess back when I started growing my beard long like this, it wasn't cool. It wasn't in. And then Dog Dynasty came out. It seemed like it was the thing, which is okay. I mean, I'm not whatever, you know what I mean? A flat E beard famous. So I'm famous with my flat earth beard. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Cool, man. You know what? Because people are gonna understand what it means. They're gonna see that and they're gonna be like, I gotta hear what this guy's talking about. This guy looks interesting. You know what I mean? Whatever. But that's why I'm starting to go bald, guys. And I'm having a midlife crisis thinking about that. So we're gonna wear the hide. And you know what? I like that it's orange. It gets people's attention when you're scrolling. All these orange. Looks like I look like a pumpkin right now. It's awesome. All right, so my beard got its 5 minutes of fame. Oh yeah, listen, and it keeps me cool. There's a myth. Beards don't keep me warm and sweaty in the summer. It's like it doesn't really. People say, "Oh, it's got to be hot in the summer." No, it ain't hot in the summer. But I tell you what, it's nice and cozy in the winter. I tell you, she keeps the heat in. She also keeps it cool too in the summer. So it's weird how that works. Maybe because the kid that has wisdom. Look what Gigi says. Children of God have beard. All right. That's why I have it. I made it. I told myself when I got out of the Navy, I have to grow a beard. I made it. I was going to have one. I got sick of shaving the way it's like the Romans, man. I just got sick of living like the Romans. I just got, America's the Romans. You know what I mean? So listen, I don't like, if you're a man, why please don't shave your beard off. It's important. So anyway, my beard got his 15 minutes of fame. All right. Okay. Let's talk about some truth now. Let's talk about some stuff that matters. Right, right. All right. Let's stop. Let's change the subject off the beard. Getting embarrassed. No. No, I don't know. So there was, yes, 36. So if you can hear me right now, it's not working. So maybe, can you hear me right now? I'm sorry, buffer. All right. I'm working on a $0 budget. Yes, Flatjack's got my age correct. So Flatjack's got my age correct. I'm not happy about that number though. That's creeping into 40. Wow. I can't believe that. I'm creeping into 40. You know what? I checked. My YouTube studio gives me a pretty detailed breakdown of the age group in my videos and stuff. 61% of my viewers are my age group, 35 to 44. And then the second most, I can't remember, I have to look it up again. And you know what? Only 11% of my audience is a woman. 11%. There was a time that it was 100% men. A few, like last month when I got my YouTube update, I looked at the thing and said, audience, 100% male. 100% male? Ain't no women coming over to my channel? What's that about? So now we're up to that right now. So we have an increase of women coming over to the channel. Yeah. So Nate says, but one of my best friends is my old Sunday school teacher. Woke him up. He knows the earth is flat and the Bible says so. How cool is that? No, that's great. That's great testimony right there. When people in the church who have positions, whether it's a teacher, I don't even care if it's the janitor. If they're a member of a church and they go there faithfully and wake up to this, that's great for that church. Especially when they have like an authority in that church. You're a teacher, a preacher. Let me tell you, I met a pretty old guy. He was probably about that age, 74. Let me tell you about this, man. I'll tell you how I've been flat earthing a long time before I've been broadcasting what I'm doing, okay? Before I've been putting up videos, I'd flat earth way before. I was down on the we have a river coming through Watertown called the Black River. All right, it flows out. It goes from the Adirondacks. It flows out to Lake Ontario, but it comes right through water. World class fishing, world class rapids. It's amazing river. It's beautiful. Well, anyway, I totally forgot what we were talking about. I totally lost what we were talking about. Okay, 74-year-old guy. So I'm down there, and I just like the flat Earth people just bring it up. And there was this old black guy. This old black. I mean, I'm from Watertown. I've seen him for years. He's always fishing like I am, down on the river, just trying to catch some We normally catch smallmouth bass. Sometimes you catch a trout out of there. I mean, depending on what you fish for, you catch really anything. But depending on what spots you go to, is depending on what you're catching in the river. We're just fishing one day, and I said, "Hey, man," he was drinking, and I said, "Hey, he's real old, 74-year-old black guy. He's from Mississippi. He's from the deep south. He happened to be from Batesville, Mississippi, where I went to help them people build a congregation for Flat Earth. I don't know how that ever ended up for him. Becoming homeless a lot. I lost a lot of my contacts. But anyway, I said, "Hey, man, uh, do you know the Earth is flat?" He looked in the eye. You know what he said to me? He goes, "Are you a Mason?" Dude, I lit right up because his answer told me. I said, "You know?" I said, "Well, of course of course I'm not a Mason." But I lit right up because he was like the first person that I told that already knew about it. And this man was in his 70s. This old black man is always drinking a beer, fishing down by the river. Dude, he lit right up, a shock on his face, and he goes, "Are you a Mason?" I said, "No." He said, "Are you?" He goes, "No." And he goes, "How'd you know about flat Earth?" He started me. He wanted to know how I knew, right? And I told him my story. I told him my story how I found out. And he just known for a long time. I guess he said he's known just about his whole life. So saw him back in the day. And then I asked him, "So why are you telling anybody?" He said he used to. He said he used to, but he learned decades and decades ago that he said hey, I just let people figure it out. But dude, I'm telling you, that guy had a twinkle in his eye when I said to him, like he sparked up, like a spark of life came to the guy. And he's like, he, I could see him trying to race. Like he asked me if I was Mason because he's like trying to figure out how I knew about it. He was trying to figure out how I woke up because it shocked him. Here's this 74-year-old black man fishing on the river. He's a good guy, man. Good guy, man. I've seen him around town for years, man. We're always fishing every year. Every year I'm down on the river fishing, man. I see him along the river somewhere. I still see him. Maybe I could ever interview him. That'd be cool. See if I can get. Let me try to remember his name. I used to know his name. That was 3 years ago. The last time I probably. If I can think about his name. Charity. Charity. Hi, Charity. I seen you come in earlier, but I was in the middle of talking. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I listen. I tried to thing. Some people said they got it. Sometimes they didn't. I don't know. We'll just keep doing it to it. We got 9 people in. We got 5 people liking. So if you are a biblical earther, come over to the comments. Come over, hit the like. Make sure you're subscribing. All right. Make sure you're sharing my stuff. Listen, I'm not allowed on Facebook. Why? Because I tell it like it is. I tell people how it is, so I'm not allowed over there. So can everybody do me a favor? Share my videos over there on Facebook. Say this guy's doing up in Watertown. This guy is well, he's going to city council. He's interviewing the mayor. He's making moves. All right, making connections. All right, that's what we're doing here in Watertown. All right, listen. I feel pumped up right now as I did this morning when I started, and it's almost 11 o'clock at night. That can only be God's grace right there. How can someone be as fired up like this? You know what I mean? This channel is going to be doing some great. I'm telling you what. I'm telling you what. Because I'm going to be advertising soon. There's going to be a budget soon. God's going to allow a heart here with this channel. I got visions and goals to take over Fox News, CNN. News, you're done, bro. I'm going to be the hottest thing out there. Okay, I'm not a Facebook anymore either. Yeah, listen, you know what? I kind of wish I spent more time over on YouTube first. I spent 9 years on Facebook. It's not that I used it, but what if I spent 9 years working on my YouTube channel? I would probably be in a lot different spot by now. He is going to walk all the way to DC and tell Trump the Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. You know what? I'll do it. I'll go to DC. I'll go to DC. Absolutely. You guys want to march on Capitol Hill? Listen, I'm already calling right now local flat earthers to fly the American flag upside down. I don't flag. I'm going to go get one. I don't have a flagpole. I'm going to get one, stick it up, fly an American flag upside down because we are a country in distress. I love that. You know what, Nate? I will totally march on DC. Absolutely. Listen, if that got out there, listen, I'm going to get the flag thing going out there. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to market. You see this thumb? I've hitchhiked. When I was 15 years old, I hitchhiked from New York to Florida. Took me 6 days. I've used this thumb to hitchhike thousands of miles. All right. The last time I had a hitchhike was my family hates me so much that nobody wanted to pick me up. And my grandma's funeral was 2 hours north. She was getting buried in St. Lawrence County. Nobody wanted to pick me up. So what I do, I took the bus to the edge of town and I started walking, put my thumb out, got picked up, and got dropped off, in Governor. And then I still an hour away to be. And would you know it? The hearse that was carrying my grandma drives by and pulls into the gas station that I'm walking. Come to find out, that's my grandma in the hearse. And I told the guy, say, hey, tell my family I'll be there, right? And the guys were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'm hitchhiking. Nobody wants to get me. And of course, they can't give me a ride. It's a hearse. It's a two-seater, and they got two guys. You know what I mean? So what am I going to do? Ride in the back with my grandma? So I start hitchhiking the rest of the way. And lo and behold, my sister, who flew in all the way from Hawaii, finds me walking around Route 11. All right. She sees me in Governor, of all things. So, will, there's a way. So, the point of that is if there's a will, there's a way. And I ain't afraid no hitchhiking. I've done it. I'll do it. I don't care. Listen, I'm different, man. I walk in faith, baby. You know that power that Jesus says that we need to walk in? I walk in that. I walk in that every day. I walk in that faith every day. That's what's going on. But Nate, you're right, man. Now I don't. It's winter. I'm not trying to walk nowhere. But I would hitchhike it. I don't know if I would ride. I don't know if I'd want to walk it. If I were gonna make it there by spring or summer, I would have to start right now if I was gonna walk to DC. I'm telling you right now, I'd have to start right now to make it there for summer. It would take me several months to walk to DC. I'm telling you. I would have to. I don't know if I would just be able to. Hey, bye, Nate. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody, go check out Nate's interview. You get to hear some good information that he shares. And he was live with me on the phone in the previous live that I did. And his interview starts at the 1 hour, 49-minute, 40-second. That's when we start talking to him. And we talk. A 5-minute phone call turned to a 51-minute phone call, which is fine. There's no problem. There's no schedule here. All right. We're just going to do whatever it is. Charity says, goodbye, Nate. Thank you, Nate, for tuning in and helping me out. Nate was one of the first people I've given a wrench to. And look who we got in the chats. We got Charity down there. Now I'm going to talk about you, Charity. Can we talk about you? Charity has been very faithful to my channel. She showed herself to be a biblical flat earther. Charity, you got videos? What videos you got? I'm not even sure if you have videos. Maybe you do. I just been so busy with my live chat that when I'm not live chatting, I'm trying to rush to get everything done so I can come back to live chat. I don't have time to watch my shows that I normally watch. Okay. I can inspire Charity to put some videos up. Do you at least have any playlists? Do you do playlists? You could at least start doing this to start with, you know. At least get a little bit of traffic. It make a little bit of traffic maybe, but usually not so much. Playlist. But yeah, you can do it right on your cell phone. I started on my cell phone. If you watch my first video on my cell phone sitting in my truck, that truck that I'm sitting in is the same truck that I drove around the city, the country in, flat earthing for 5 months over 13,000 miles. So I did my own flat earth globe glide tour, but I didn't record it. I didn't record that until I was in North Carolina on the tail end of my home back home. I'll have to do a video. I'm gonna have to put together a video of my 5 month trip that I made. Just the path that I took through the country over 5 months. You know, um, and I only had a cell phone back then, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't really know, but I kind of wish I documented that trip way better than what I did. I mean, on Facebook, I did. I mean, back then, I did all my documentation on Facebook, all the pictures, all the updates, who I was talking to, where I was going. You know what I mean? I did all that on Facebook, but I lost it all because they put me out. So, okay, let's talk about this. Charity says, I'm going on a cruise next month and I might do some live streams. Do I do have a list? Okay. Wow, you're going on a cruise. Where you tell me about this cruise? Where you're taking off to? What are you gonna go see? Tell me about this cruise. She says, I have a flat earth truth and my God biblical playlist. Okay, so she's talking about her playlist. All right, so we're going to talk about Charity for a while. She's been faithful to the channel. She's a flat earth warrior for the kingdom of God. She is a biblical flat earth. Wow, oh, perfect timing. Come on, look, middle of winter, the Caribbean. I'm jealous. Oh man, man, oh man, oh man. I went to Vegas, but Vegas back in November, so I went at the beginning. Right now is when it'd be nice to go somewhere. All right. So I went in November to Vegas, which was nice. It was still cold here. It was nice and sunny and 80 degrees and stuff in Vegas. But right now it'd be a really good time to go. So it was sunny and 75. It'd be nice. Sunny and 75. Oh, I'm really jealous of your cruise. You know what? I've never had a desire to go on a cruise ship where you go pay and you sit out to sea there. I've served enough time to see. But you know what? I don't know. Maybe I would want to do a cruise sometime. Oh, just the way being a sailor in the Navy, I'm pretty sure it's way different, but different experience. But to be a guest where you're pampered, you can eat whenever and be merry and not have to do work. It'd be kind of weird to be out to sea to be out to sea to be able to enjoy that. Usually, I'm out to sea on the flight deck, running around, making sure I don't get killed by an aircraft coming in, or an arresting wire, or an aircraft taking off, or not doing their job correctly. I mean, it's dangerous on the flight deck. So, but we would always see those when we would be out to sea. lot of times the cruise ships or the captain of our ship would like to just give a show off and come in close, come in close enough where, you know, the cruise ship could get a good look at a United States carrier. They could, see our planes and once in a while, we would do a flyby with them. We would break the sound barrier on them, but the captain would call over and of course announce to the passengers what's going to happen, and then everybody on both ships standing on deck looking over, and here comes an F-18, or it all depends. They had F-14s too, but the 18s or the 14s would come flying in and break the sound barrier, not too far from them, show while they're out to sea. So okay, yeah, that one cruise was in quarantine. Yeah, you know what? If I'm gonna cruise anywhere, I want to listen. I've always wanted a sailboat. I want a sailboat. I'm gonna call my sailboat Amazing Grace. Listen, I will be getting a sailboat someday. I've always wanted one. She's gonna be called Amazing Grace. And the little dinghy that goes on the back of the sailboat, the name of that is gonna be called the Sea Level. The little dinghy is going to be called the Sea Level, and my sailboat is going to be called Amazing Grace. So um, I do want to, we're always a sailor. I almost bought a sailboat a few years ago, but it fell through. I did a lot of work for like several boats to try to get it ready to put in the water. Come to find out, there was a big. I don't even want to talk about it. It broke my heart so much. I was getting my sailboat, but it didn't happen. I had the money for it and everything, but it just fell through, man. Uh, yeah, Amazing Grace. Yeah, listen, I think that's a beautiful name for a sailboat, and I think it's a great name for dinghy. It's called Sea Level. You got the Amazing Grace and the little dinghy called Sea Level. You know what I mean? That's a great name for a boat. Especially a little dinghy because you got sea level in that thing. So, yeah, if I could ever afford it, I'll be getting. I almost did, man. I almost got that sailboat out of Chameau. All right. If anybody has ever heard about Chameau Bay, it's a bay on Lake Ontario on the eastern side. Um, I've lived on the yacht club. I lived at the Chameau Yacht Club, and I didn't even have a boat. The rent was so cheap. I had everything included, and I had a 40-foot. No, I had room for a 40-foot boat. The dock was longer than 40 feet. I found that didn't last very long though. I lived there for 5 months, but it was fun while it lasted. Living right on the lake, living at the yacht club, I got to look at everybody else's sailboats all day. Everybody else got to look at all day long, man. I just dreamed like, when am I gonna get my sailboat? But it almost happened. I worked on a sailboat for, I don't know, it was like 3 weeks, just putting some money into it, trying to get it ready. It ran and everything. It was seaworthy. What happened was the guy told me he had the sail, the main sail. He said he had the main sail in the barn. He got club. Same guy I used to live with. I went back to him several years later and tried to buy a sailboat from him a couple of years ago. Right. He couldn't find the mainsail. How the hell am I gonna get a boat, sailboat, and not get the mainsail with it? So that deal fell through. That deal fell through. It didn't work out. So you know what? Whatever. Because there's no way I could afford a new mainsail. I don't know if he was trying to swindle me by saying he misplaced it. Because what's convenient about this, he has a upholstery shop that makes sails, and he would sell me a good price. And as soon as I heard that, I backed out of the deal because that's not what we talked about in the beginning. I knew what was going on. I mean, I really didn't have that much money wrapped up into it. I mean, but I did spend a little bit of money, trying to get go out, put out the, because my goal was, if anybody knows about sailing, it's called the Great American Loop. Has you heard about the Great American Loop? So I'm gonna wait for some. Okay. Has anybody heard about the Great American Loop? Even if you haven't, just say no or yes, because I'm gonna explain to you what the Great American. This is a proof. The Great American Loop is a flat. It's a sailing. You sail this. The Great American Loop. Okay, I'm gonna show you on the map. All right, Charity. Thank you for the response. I'm gonna show you on my map real quick of what the Great American Loop is, and it can be sailed. If you're doing it straight, you can do it in 2 months. But most people follow the seasons, which I want to do it. I want to follow the season here to do it. But you can sail it really quick in 2 months. If you have a motorboat, you could probably get it down to a couple weeks. On my map real quick what the Great American Loop is, and you can look it up on YouTube or on Google real quick, and that will you can see the path of the Great American Loop. So the Great American Loop comprises the St. Lawrence River, okay, into the Great Lakes and through the. I think they go into, I don't know if it's the Ohio or Missouri River, maybe it's the Ohio River, and then the Ohio River to the Mississippi River. And then they come down the Mississippi River into the Gulf of Mexico, around Florida, up the Atlantic coast, up the eastern seaboard of the United States, and back through the St. Lawrence. It's called the Great American Loop. All right. Shortcut. You can go up the Hudson and take Erie Canal through New York State. So you can take a shortcut if you want to take Erie Canal. But you got down and you got it because it's a lot of little bridges. You got to take your mast down to do it, and you got to motor it if you take the canal. But it's called the Great American Loop. All right. It's pretty interesting. So that's a flat earth proof. So this is, if you're going to follow the seasons, this is what you want to be. In the summer, you want to be up here in the Great Lakes. You want to be into the St. Lawrence and into the Great Lakes. Okay. In the fall time, you want to be in the middle of the country in the Mississippi. In the winter, down in the Gulf and around Florida. And in the spring, you're coming up along the eastern seaboard. Now, if you follow that, you're going to miss the blizzards, you're going to miss the tornadoes, you're going to miss the hurricanes, you're going to miss all the bad weather. And it's called the Great American Loop. And that's one thing I want to do sometime. Yes, it's called you came to a Navy guys, you come to a sailor's page, all right? I'm going to talk a little bit about sailing. Charity says, wow, I've never heard of that before. So perfect. Yes. Yes. Most people who do this, whether you're sailing it or whether you're in a motorboat, most people take a year to do it because they want to follow the seasons, because you just stay in the perfect weather the whole time. All right. You stay within the perfect weather, the hurricanes, you miss the tornadoes, you miss the snowstorms, you miss it all, and you just follow the seasons. It's called the Great American Loop. You just go round and round and round. If you can afford it, round and round and round. I just like to try that sometime. But that right there, that's flat Earth right there. So I think that's pretty cool. Google motorboat. Yeah, well, yeah. You might get a couple other things. So anyway, I'm glad I got to share with you guys what is called the Great American Loop. So it's fascinating. One thing that I'm going to tell you what I like to watch on YouTube. I just don't only watch flat Earth stuff. Okay, I do like to watching personal sailing videos of people who have sailboats who are out sailing around. I love watching their videos. They're just, usually maybe it's normally a couple. It's usually a couple on a boat sailing around, just showing their different stuff. You know what I mean? Like I like watching sailing videos. I love anything to do with ships and out to sea. Like I have a fascination. I don't know. My grandfather, my cousin was in the Navy. I was in the Navy. There's something about the sea that's always drawn me. So, but I want to sail here, right here, boom. But I don't know how to get through that ice. That's a sailboat's not going to get through that ice. So I might be able to sail Greenland, trade my trade my sailboat for a plane. Woo! There it is. There's the plane. I'm gonna get a sailboat. Actually, I'm on the wrong side of the country. I'm over here. So I'm gonna sail all the way up. Can't even think about it. Sail over here, trade my boat in, and then fly in the rest of the way like Admiral Byrd did. Yeah. I should bring up the Great American Loop more often because that's a beautiful thing. I only know I found out about the Great American Loop about maybe 2 years ago. I only known about the Great American Loop 2 years ago. I mean, I figured you could go from the Great Lakes into the Mississippi down to the. I already thought that was possible anyway, but I didn't know about people following the seasons, and they just do that. You just take your time. You know, you got to put in. You might. There's time to take a week or two off, and then there's time that depending on how fast you want to go. But if you just stay right with the nice weather. So that's a dream of mine someday. But actually, if I'm getting my hands on a sailboat, I'm going north. That Great American Loop might have to wait, man. But that's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, their phone knocked it over. That's okay. It can stay on the ground. Look at this. We've been live again for an hour. I've been putting in the hours on live. So Charity, what's Charity saying? Yes, there is. That's how I found out. Like, believe it or not, YouTube recommended it. That's how I found out about the Great American Loop. I was on my phone, just looking, scrolling through, and then I seen this thing. I was like, "What's this about?" Who's doing the Great American Loop circuit? They're in the Gulf of Mexico, down in the Caribbean, where you're about to be. You're going to see a lot of ship traffic, of course, because that's where all the sailors are right now. They're in the Gulf of Mexico. They're in the Caribbean. They're waiting for spring to break so they can start coming up the eastern seaboard. So they're holding out down there in the Caribbean and the Gulf Coast, waiting to come north, so they can get into the St. Lawrence or the shortcut is to come up through New York City into the Hudson and then into the Erie Canal, which brings you into Lake Ontario. So it's a shortcut, but there's more tolls. You got to take your mast down, you know. But you can sail up through the St. Lawrence, the Gulf of the St. Lawrence into the St. Lawrence River and come down the shipping channel into the Great Lakes that way. So, yeah, some good information. That's flat Earth proof. So right there, you can only do that on a flat Earth. There would be too much curvature going on. We all know this. We all know this. We don't have any. All right, look at that. I don't see anybody who kicked out yet. That's good. So that's cool. That's cool. So what else you guys want to talk about? You guys got questions for me? You got JG in here and Charity. We only got what, 2 people in the chat, and we got 3 people watching. So that okay. Charity, I guess we're still talking about you. What do you do, Charity? Tell me about yourself, Charity. Like, I don't know. Tell me something. I know I'm just waiting for you to reply. Do. Talk to somebody. She works at the post office. Hey, can you get us like a stamp? Like go to the craft store. I got an idea for you, Charity. Go to the craft store, make your own little stamp. We can just stamp things, on ink, and start stamping everybody's mail. But do it where you're not on camera, so you don't get caught. They'll never know where it's come from. I'm joking. That'd be kind of cool, right? People just getting all their mail with flat Earth stamp on it. Like, what is this? I know. Listen, we got to break the law to spread the truth, right? Right. Oh man. Charity speak. Is she taking her time? Yeah. Anthony. They just launched rocket. Who? What? Okay. Anthony just said they just. Who? Did SpaceX, NASA? Was there a launch going on right now? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Oh, great idea. Charity said, I heard someone say stamp paper money. That is a good idea. Makes me want to go to the craft store and get me a little stamp kit. Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, what else we got going on? All right, what we got time? It's 11 o'clock at night on Sunday night. Yeah, that's what. Listen, you're gonna get the hottest, freshest, newest things on this channel, Charity. Right, everything I come up with is like amazing to me. Listen, I think so. Some of these ideas that I got. Listen, you guys are only getting a little piece of Donnie Lee. All right, I'm making moves. I'm doing things. That's what's going on in this channel. I'm always trying to think about how I'm gonna get the word out. I don't know why I'm obsessed with it. I don't know why I'm obsessed with it. Is it unhealthy to be obsessed as the way I am with this? I think it's okay. I think I'm allowed to be this fired up over it. So you're saying it's only 10 degrees where you're at? Yeah, it's cool. Charity gets to go down to the Caribbean. Now, is it the Caribbean or the Caribbean? I've always called it the Caribbean. That's what I've always called it. I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's see here. I don't even know. I got 6 people in, but we only have 2 people in the chat, 3 people in the chat. Who's in here right now? Come over, say hello. All right. People who just tuned in, I did a interview on my last live I just did, the last one, like an hour or 2 ago. I interviewed True Seeker, and his first name is Nate. And he lives out in He's a biblical flat earther. I told him to be a 5-minute interview. Turned out to be 51 minutes. There's some great information. That's cool, Charity. We're pretty cool right now. All right, Charity. We'll just give an update on what has done today. So there's a good interview with Nate, and there's a good discussion on the Book of Enoch. Talk about the moon. Good. We talk about the circuits and or was it this show we talked about the circuit? And we talk about the moon, and we talk about Pastor Dean Odell down in Alabama, flat Earth representing for Christ. So we got a pastor in Alabama who's a biblical flat earther, and he's got a congregation. So he was doing. What's going on, JG? JG, you're pretty supportive, man. Look at that thumbs up, cool glasses on. That's right. Cool, JG. How you doing, man? What's going on in your world? Let's talk to G. Tell me what's up, brother. What are you doing in the flat Earth community world? What you do today? What you do yesterday? What are you doing tomorrow? Yeah, giving a thumbs up on the Book of Enoch. Okay. Yeah, there was a good discussion. Nate really does seem he knows what he's talking about. All right, I like that. Um, very good. Very. I could definitely tell this guy's a true biblical flat earther. All right, I like this guy. Do you follow Dearth? He has. So yes, I do follow. I believe I follow. Yeah. What's up, Rodriguez? That's Miami in the house. We got Miami. What's going on, Rodriguez? So thanks for coming along. We're talking about the truth every day. We were just talking about Andrew Nate, talking about the Book of Enoch, and how there's some pastors in Alabama named Dean Odell. He's a flat Earth pastor. So, Dean Odell. If people can look up that guy, he's got a bunch of flat Earth sermons. So that's good. And Real Beard. All right. Okay. We got 7 people in here, and we need more people in the chats. Thank you, Rodriguez. Let's talk with Rodriguez for a minute. Right. He yesterday or the other day he tells me, I think he told me you know him for 5 years, Rodriguez. All right, that's pretty cool. All right. I like that you know him longer than me. All right. That's cool. All right. So Rodriguez, was that you that told me you've known for 5 years? Well, I mean, Rodriguez did tell me that his English wasn't so good. Also, I think also, so he may not be getting it. I'm not quite sure, but I believe he did say that his English isn't so well. That's okay. I'm not. Listen, he could have perfect English. I don't know. I remember somebody telling me that. All right, it was either Rodriguez or the guy from Argentina. It was one of the two. Hola, ¿cómo está, mi amigo? Mi amigo Rodriguez. ¿Cómo está? So, guys, you just heard me speak a little bit of Spanish. You know, a little bit of that's it. I just know a little bit. So, if there is a Spanish-speaking audience, we can communicate, but we can try. All right, we'll make it work. All right. Oh, okay. That's fine. Listen, that's fine. If you're driving, don't worry about texting. I'll just talk to you anyway. And we'll just talk to everybody. All right. So I do not have any mods. I don't have any mods. So if there's any trolls out there, it looks like it's the time for you to have a field day because I do not have any mods in my chat. But that's okay. You know why? Everybody's being respectful in there. Nobody needs to be fixed. It. Oh, Charity's back. I was just telling everybody. I told all the trolls if there was any Charity. I told them. I said that this is the time to act up if you want to act up. I said there's no mods. This is time to act crazy if you want. So your time to act crazy is over. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Absolutely. I mean, listen, I understand. Okay. All right. Um, That was so funny. I just told the trolls if they wanted to, there's your chance to, yeah, open chat, no moderators. But you know what? It goes over now, trolls. The moderator is back and she will fix you up. She will fix you up if you get out of line. All right. So we just talked to Rodriguez and he told me he's driving. So we're not going to expect him to be typing because we don't want him to be unsafe. He's to listen. So apparently, I'm his background noise. So that's good. That's good. That's right. Stay strong. All right. All right. All right. We got 8 people on watching. Listen, come on, guys. If you're watching me right now, see that? That's my duck sauce from my lunch earlier about Chinese. If you're watching me, you guys got to come over here. All right. You got to come over here and well, if it's down there in your chat, if you're on your phone, it's down there or over there, doesn't matter, whatever. Come to the chat. The dude asked me, "Are you planning to go live every day?" Absolutely. I want to listen. You guys think I'm kidding about this? How many hours of live? Like, I'm not just how I am putting in a lot of hours. Like, I gotta prove my by now that I'm serious. You guys got. If I'm saying something, you better believe it, baby. Listen, I'm not gonna be deceiving nobody. I'm telling you people how it is and what I'm doing. So yeah, I've been mentioning I want to go live every day, and all my broadcasts, I've said every time that we're going to talk about the truth today, tomorrow, right? Yesterday, today, tomorrow. All right, every day is the truth. I'm going to go live. Eventually, it's going to be 24/7, 365. Once there's a budget going and I can get the right equipment, it would be 24/7. Phone calls, texting, absolutely 100%. But right now, what are we doing? We got my living room that I turned into one of the walls, I turned into my background. My view from the couch to the TV. All right. So, like, living room is disorganized so I can set up, all right, and go live. Like, I would try to watch a movie when I went on a break during, I try to watch something on the TV. My desk and laptop and everything's in the way. Like, I'm trying to lean around looking at it. I'm like, man, okay, John asked me, when was the first time I heard about flat Earth? May 6th, 2017. I was at a friend's house playing a game. It was the video game called Zombies. Talk about zombies. It was the video game Zombies. And this young was 33 years old. This kid is 20 years. I can call him a kid. He's 20. This kid Ryan says to me, he goes, Donnie, he goes, if I were to tell you the Earth is flat, what would you say? I looked right at him and said, I've seen the Rocky Mountains and they don't look. That was my answer. I went back to playing the video game. I go home a couple hours later. And then when I get home, I'm just sitting home by myself. Flat Earth stuck in my head. I looked it up. End of story. End of story. One person, one question, one quote from scripture. That's all it took for me. So when people tell me about their trying to debunk it first, I don't understand it. I never once tried to debunk flat Earth. Not once. Not once. Because the first video that by the grace of God, that God led to me, said I wish I could I should put this video in my playlist. It's called. It's hard to find. Even when I look for it today, this video is very hard to find today. But once in a while, I still I can find it. It's called "What on Flat Earth Does the Bible Say?" And I believe it's by Celebrate Truth. Have you guys ever heard about Celebrate Truth? I think that's his video. All right. But the video that woke me up was called "What on Flat Earth Does the Bible Say?" And I believe the channel is called Celebrate Truth. I think that was their video. John Kampala, yeah. Well, see. So we got 8 people in. Come over, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And if the Holy Spirit's leading you and you got a joyful heart, I mean, we're trying to get a budget for this channel. All right, through you guys. This is a kingdom work channel. We're doing kingdom work up in here. We're going to be exposing the lies. We're going to be bringing the lies to light. Charity, are you still out there? Or are you just chilling, listening? I don't see you in the chat no more. But I mean, other people are talking. You might just be chilling out, watching, relaxing on a Sunday night, getting ready, thinking about who's. Oh, I'm a little jealous that you get to go to the Caribbean. Man, that seems so nice right now. But this is the time of year to go. This is the best. February in the middle of winter, you're gonna love it. I don't know if you've ever been there before. I've been to the Caribbean, but I can only imagine what it'd be like. I've been to Hawaii in that type of place. Florida. I've lived in Florida 4 different times. I've visited Florida at least 30 different times. So me and Florida are like this. I've been to just, if you name a city in that state of Florida, yeah, I've been there. Because I'm here just laying in bed, got to sleep. Hey, Charity's got to work at 2 o'clock in the morning. And she's got to go get that mail ready, deliver it, or whether, I'm not sure, she's a clerk, a driver, a delivery person. Hell, she could be the CEO, or she could be the manager of the place. Who knows? Charity, have you, well, you want to get ready for work. This will be my third. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay. All right. Rub it in. All right. Just rub in your third Caribbean cruise. I love it, though. All right. Listen, I understand falling in love with the open ocean and getting to go to new ports that you never been to. I get it. Been there, done that, but courtesy of the United States Navy, a lot, I'm sure the experience is much different when you're on a nice cruise ship. I'm a clerk. I throw packages. I'm telling you, Charity, sneak a stamp in there, stamp and stuff. You know all that junk mail that you get, like not on people's bills, but like all that junk mail, the flyers. Start stamping it on that, all the flyer mail, because that you're not going to get no complaints out of that. But if you were stamping that, like people's, that's a great idea. I think I just want to get a stamp, and I'm going to go stamp happy on stuff. Maybe that's what I'll do. I think I'll give me a little stamp collection. John, what are you saying, John? I do not know. Oh, has Jess Smith ever agreed you say off camera? He agrees that I have a right to a freedom of speech, and I have the right to exercise the privilege of the floor. I think right now that's just about the only thing we can come to an agreement on and show respect for. That I'm respecting him. He's my mayor. He's respecting me, state citizen, and giving me the opportunity to the privilege of the floor. But what makes it a little difference is though he gave me, the mayor. This is why I think he he must be a secret. This is what makes me think that Jeff Smith. I hope the Holy Spirit's really working, but this is what makes me think that he's a really good guy. He allowed that interview. He didn't have to allow an interview. That's what makes him a stand-up guy, I think. He didn't have to do the interview. Okay, but he did. So, but I haven't talked to him since. Well, actually, I take that back. I'm sorry. I did talk to him. Well, I only just from that I left. I didn't shake his hand or go up and talk to him afterwards, or something like that. Listen, I don't normally stick around shaking all these politicians' hands afterwards. Like, listen, there's so much. You go to a city council meeting and watch who flocks to who. It's going to tell you everything you need to know what's going on in your town just by watching who's walking over to who and tell you everything. That's if you know who's who in your town. You got to know who the business owners are. You know, you know who the business owners are. You know, you can recognize what politicians they got working with them. It's simple. You want to know, go to your council meeting. That's where it goes down. I'm telling you, listen, Charity, you should do it. And then you should make a video of it and then post it. And if you don't want to put your face on it or be known, just do it without being known. And then if you don't want to put it on your channel, send it over to me and I'll put it up if you don't want to put up the video. But I think you got a great thing going. Like, that'd be great, right? People at home just randomly seeing flat earth stamps on their shit. Yes, that great idea. Listen, that would get a lot of views. I'm telling you. I'm pretty sure you're well known in the flat earth community, Charity. Because I think I ran into you over on Robbie Rob. That's where me and you met, right? Where we started talking through the chat. I think it was over on this live show when he would go live. He's actually inspired me to start going live. When I went live with him, I could not stop thinking about going live. So Robbie Rob has been a very good inspiration for me to start going live. Yes, I've been on that. That's where I thought maybe I think that's where maybe we ran into. Maybe not. Maybe it was before. After, I don't know. But I figured me for like 15 minutes. But I did a video interview with him. Come on, me. It's trying to connect. Come on, just connect. All right. I go to a lot of chats and I spam other chats. I go to other flat earthers chats and I spam them. I'll make these other guys like the other check out this channel, check out that channel, check out my channel. That's me on the other channels. That's me. So I get where they're coming from because you want people to come on your videos. But yeah. But after, because I only went live with him like a week ago. It was only a few days after I went live with him. I got to figure this out, figure it out, figure it out. I figured it out. It was so simple. I can't believe I didn't do it sooner. But okay, what'd you say? You've been in Stelvy's chat. No, and I don't think I know who that is. Maybe I have. I don't know. Sometimes I've done so much, and I don't even know whose channel I'm talking on because I go through my subscriptions. Just about anybody who's ever commented on any of my videos, I've gone through and subscribed to you. And if you put up videos, I go through my subscriptions all the time. And lots of times I'll go in there and make, you know what I mean? I'll praise out the video or stuff like that. But I can't stop flat earthing people live. I'm flat earthing people in chats. And if I'm not doing that, I'm talking to someone on the phone over it. If I'm not doing that, I'm talking to someone face. And if I'm not doing that, I might be eating some food or something. But if I'm not eating some food, I'm flat earthing. All right. If I'm not sleeping, if I'm up and awake, I'm telling you, I might have a flat earth addiction to disease or something. like you call it FAD, FAD, flare, or FEAD, flat Earth addiction disease, FEAD. All right. I could have been on there. I don't recognize that name right now. Chances are I probably am subscribed to that person if I was in this chats. A lot of times I'll for a few minutes, watch a few minutes, and just say a couple comments, and hopefully people find my channel. So I'm gonna have to look up this guy. Makes me wondering more about it. John says, I think I found him in Stevie's chat. Maybe you did. Maybe that's because I'm always making comments. I'm always posting comments somewhere. Always, 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 always. I just got to do that. That's all I got to do. You know, I just got to get the word out. Listen. Is it this healthy to be obsessed with this? You know, charity. You know, answer me this. You know, I can't believe it, man. I'm stressed, but is it this healthy to be this obsessed with flat Earth? That I got to paint that on the wall and I got to go live. I got to go to city council. I got to talk about this. Like, I feel overwhelmed sometimes, but I feel pumped up too. It's weird. I feel overwhelmed, but I feel keep going. So we got Lincoln Maniac, February 16th. So Lincoln, is that your wake up date? Is that when you knew? We got 8 people in here. Can't go back to the Matrix. So it sounds like that's when you woke up. So if that's the case, it looks like you were a flat earther a year. Oh, so we are at your 4-year anniversary. Well, happy anniversary. Happy flat, everybody, happy flat earth anniversary to Lincoln Maniac. He's 4 years old in the flat earth community. So we got a toddler running around. All right, we got a 4-year-old flat earther, and I'm about to turn 3. I'm about to turn 3 in May. So, yep. Anyway, it's been an hour and a half. It's been a good chat, at least. We've had a little bit of an audience. Charity's got to go to work. She's tired. She's got to go do some flat earth stamping. I look forward to that video. What else? That's about it. You know what? I think I'm ready to close down this stream. You know what? We put her in pretty hard today over here in Flat Earth, Watertown, New York. Going live from the famous Flat Earth Studios on Union, Watertown, USA. That's where we're at. But we're going to be closing down. We're coming at the 1 hour 36-minute mark. As a reminder to everybody, okay, what's Charity say? Okay, I have to try to sleep. No, listen, I'm closing it now. I enjoy these chat too. So good luck. Thanks for stopping by. We all love you, Charity. Thank you so much. God bless. Good. Hope you have a restful night and try to enjoy your job. All right. So we want to thank Charity for stopping by. So, all right. So those of you that are still listening, go and if you guys want more and you just can't get enough of my channel, go back to the previous live I just did. If you weren't in here, go listen to Nate. It's True Seeker. There's a 51-minute interview I did with them, starting at the 1 hour 49-minute and 40-second mark. All right, where I interview Nate. Nate is known as True Seeker. He's out in Washington. He gives some great information on the moon. we talked about the moon, we talked about the Book of Enoch, and we talked about Pastor Dean Odell down in Alabama, who is a pastor who is a flat earther. He's a biblical flat earther. So that is good. I guess he has a congregation. I have not really watched some of the videos. I did check out the channel though. I did go to Pastor Dean's old channel. I checked it out real quick. But between my phone calls and my text messaging and my music I wanted to listen to, and I wanted to go live again, I never got the chance to click play on his videos. But if Nate is going to be recommending this guy, and you know what, if Nate's giving an approval, all right, so I think I'm going to do it. Okay, I think you're on Mikey Smith. Yes, I'm over on Mikey Smith. Yeah, John. Uh, I'm sub to Mikey. Mikey sub to me. I've actually what me and Nate did on the phone today is what me and Mike did a couple months ago. I should go back and try to find Mikey's video of when I called him, or he called me. Same thing. I emailed him. We exchanged numbers, and then he called me up. So I got to go live with Mikey on the phone. So I would like to go back, find that video from Mikey. If Mikey, you come across this, find that video where me and you talk on the phone, so I can put it in my playlist, because I got a playlist that I just started. That's what other channels I've been on. So right now there's only one in that playlist. Even though I've been on other channels already, there's other channels that I'm on. There's only one in that, which is TDC Radio. I did it with Robbie Rob. So his radio broadcast is, I got my interview with him on that. So yep. That's what it's all about. It's about making connections. Yeah, man, it's all about making connections. That's what we're doing, man. It's the body of Christ trying to unify. You know, that's what we're doing. Okay, I will look at this Brian Stavely for sure. Definitely. I think this will be the end of any of my broadcasts for today. We put it hard. We're working on an hour and 40 minutes. And we've already put, I think this might be close to 8 hours today. This might be 8 hours of live stream. Who else is going to have a Let's Talk Live for 8 hours in a day? Now, someone who's, dedicated to we're committed here. I'm committed to I'm committed. I'm committed. You got me in your corner, okay? All right. I think that I'm a good person to have in your corner. I think so. I'll promote myself if nobody else does. All right. So we're gonna say good night to everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we're gonna do it again when tomorrow. We will go live again Monday morning. Tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go get some sleep. I'm gonna wake up, do it again. Same thing we did today. We're gonna do it tomorrow. That's right. We're gonna talk about the truth. I tell you when it's my opinion. I'm gonna tell you when I don't know. All right. I'm not gonna BS you. I'm not gonna blow smoke up your butt. All right. We're gonna give you the truth 100% of the time. All right. So that's what we're gonna do here in Watertown. And guys are watching this later. Make sure you go check out True Seeker. All right. I like the conversation we had. So awesome live cast. Thank you. The dude. Listen, I'm doing what I can, put it in, you know what I mean? I think I found it. I think I've taken the live casting pretty good. All right. I think I found something I could be good at here. All right. So that's what I'm happy about. I'm playing with my pencil. It's a pretty big pencil. Look how big that thing is. It's one of the big fat pencils. That's what I drew. I drew that with that. It's a big pencil, man. Thing's huge. 3 times as big as a normal pencil. It doesn't look like that on camera though. But anyway, we're gonna end it there. We're gonna have a pencil shot out right here So this is the pencil that did that. So the pencil is going to get its 15 minutes. And we're going to end on that. So, all right, everybody. Goodbye.